It's a pleasure being around again. My name is Evangelist Godwin Abiodun Oyefeso, board member, U.S. African Trade Council in Atlanta, Georgia, a member of Nigerian American Chamber of Commerce, also a member of Nigerian Belgium Chamber of Commerce, former Vice Chairman, Export Group, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I'm also the CEO, Success Edge International. You are welcome. Okay, good. We are passionate about exports, and we believe that there's a lot of things to make in this area. We talk so much about exports because it's an institution. Any business that you want to do that is institutionalized, be rest assured you will succeed. But there may be challenges, and I will keep on telling people that it's not the day that you give birth to a child, they start working. So what that means that there are things you need to do. There should be a waiting period, there should be a learning period, there should be an active period. And this is what we have been able to go through in the last years that is giving us an edge all over the world to the glory of God. So be rest assured that this is a sector you are safe, you don't have any issue, as long as you're able to get things done the way it needs to be done. And that's why we are giving out all this, giving you information, because like we said, if you are not informed, you are deformed. If you are deformed, you cannot perform. If you cannot perform, it's poverty. Information is key to man's advancement. And until you make a move, you can never make a map. So today we're talking about salient and important things you need to put into consideration before you do export agricultural commodities abroad. I'll be mentioning them one after the other. Important things to know before you ship agricultural products. Now, when you talk about exports, you can export agricultural commodities, you can export food items, you can export solid minerals. These are the three arms of export you can export. But when you talk about agri-commodity, you are talking about export of hardwood charcoal. Under charcoal export, you have bamboo, that is bamboo charcoal can be exported. Palm kernel shell charcoal can be exported. Coconut charcoal can be exported. Sawdust can be exported. That is under, charcoal. Then when you talk about still on agricultural commodity, you talk about cola. You talk about bitter cola nut, wonderful cola, tiger nut, walnut. This is also an aspect. And you're talking about vegetable. It's also among the agricultural commodity that you can export. Under that sector, you have various types of. You have about things such as saint leaf can be exported. Punky leaf can be exported, which is called ugu, which is in a high demand in international market, preferably in UK. All these places you can export. Saint leaf, punky leaf, which is ugu, can be exported. Okra can be exported. Jute leaf, which is called ewedu, can be exported. Various types of vegetable still under that aspect. Then you're also talking about fishery and fishery product. Under still agricultural commodity, you can also export things like shrimp, crab, periwinkle. Okay, anything that is sea oriented. Catfish also can be exported. These are various things under the fishery aspect. And you're also talking about spices, okay? And you talk about ginger, talk about garlic, you talk about turmeric, talk about chili pepper, okay? Various types of things. All that I've mentioned so far, they are under agricultural commodity. We're also talking about sesame seed, cashew is there, and quite a lot of people are making billions in this sector. While some are folding their hands and saying, money is my issue, money is not done that. We are riding up, attending training program that will get them to get information, and they are activating that information, they are moving forward, and they are making progress. One of these days, I've decided to just put together people who have actually attended our training program. They are making waves to the glory of God. But you see, for security purposes, you are telling people somebody make $250,000 in a transaction, and you calculate that to avoid issues. But there are people who we can tell you that they've come to our training program, and there's some even attended 3, 4, 5 times, and just passionate about knowledge, because we keep on telling people it is what you learn that will determine what you earn. You want to earn more, sir, man, listen to me. Tell your friends, your relation, church member, everybody, please learn more. The more you learn, the more you are able to get impact and make a lot of good money. So, like I said, there are various agricultural commodities that you can export. Now, when you also talk about food items, quite a lot of them. By the grace of God, I've been privileged to travel abroad, and I can tell you that if there's any business you can do that dollars and pounds will be raining on you, it is export business. Okay. Now, when you talk about food items, you're talking about quite a lot of them. You are talking about palm oil, You are talking about, palm oil, fufu flour, fufu itself, fufu. I saw fufu, Nigeria, listening to me. I saw real fufu. They sold for 100 naira in Netherlands. Maybe one of these days I'll show you the video and say, wow, yes, wrap the way to swap, because you don't understand that fufu. I show the way they make fufu for the next 1 week to 2 weeks, it becomes real like that. If it's the one done by the Igbo, my Igbo people, not the one that is, Igbo just want to make money in Lagos are doing, But I think the one that is really done, the normal proper way, can stay for about 2 weeks, nothing will touch it. And I saw it, a wrap being sold for €1. Okay, something there. You must really wake up. Things that pose challenges to you more, that you find difficult to you, that is where your secret, your success lies. So the more it is harder, the more it is difficult, the more you do it. And that's the way you get success. Okay, so when you talk about food items, you are talking about plantain chips, potato chips. These are various food items that you can export. Food items that you can export. Beans flour, beans flour can be exported. Okay, food items, anything food you can put inside your mouth. Okay, then you also surprise you that you also can export, bones. Okay, there are various types of bones. Do you know there are some dogs in America that what you want in the afternoon, what they take is just bones. They don't eat the bones, but they keep on licking it and playing with it. They love it. It keeps them very active. Can you imagine such a thing? So various types of food items. Then when we talk about solid minerals, quite a lot of it. This is an aspect that Nigeria has not even started serious business on. We're talking about turmeric. I mean, you are talking about tantalite, not turmeric, sorry. Tantalite, lead ore, lead zinc. Talk about mica. Talk about bitumen. Quite a lot of them. 44 of such in Nigeria, inside Nigerian soil. So these are various things. Now, when you want to export it, there are some important things. If you are coming new to export and you don't hear this, I can't guarantee your success. I'm telling you, because the foundation is very important. Now, listen, important things to know before you ship, products. Shipping commodity from anywhere, any parts, anywhere you want to do it, requires some stringent things, which is very important. Okay, so it comes with a lot of conditions, a lot of steps that you need to take. Then guidelines to always adhere to ensure that you actually have a smooth operation. Okay, whether you are exporting solid minerals, whether you are exporting agricultural commodities, which I've stated, or there are standards you must adhere to, and that's why it's very important. Knowledge is the most important thing. If you want to succeed in export business, if you cannot get knowledge, it's going to be very challenging. And that's why we have quite a lot of our books that merely reading these books, I can tell you that you have a kind of good knowledge. We have the Export Business Demystified, okay, about 300 pages. You have what you call How to Succeed in Export Business. You have another one, Secret Successful Exporter Hide from, successful exporters. And there's one that is coming in, which is a must you must have. Over 400 answers to hard questions on exportation that no expert will tell you. Please go and save money to get that one. It's something you can't afford to miss. Okay, by the time you have all these things, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to cajole you and to twist you. So what I'm saying is that shipping, you need to put some things in place. Whether exporting any of the things we mentioned, you need to adhere to some certain some certain things before you go into shipping and such. You must follow the lay down best practice to start to finish. But why shipping minerals or petroleum products could be done easily, handling agricultural commodities, handling agricultural products have to come with even greater care. A small mistake, listen well, small mistake can ruin the entire consignment before it reaches the desired, before it get to where it's going. Some people don't know that you cannot export yam just like that. You need to put the yam in a refrigerated container. Okay, just go and pack yam. I want to export. You put, within the next 5 to 6 hours, the thing gets rotten. So, and you think you can collect money from the buyer when the product gets to the place it's going? No, sir, no, man. So it's very important this. So if you have to ship some certain thing, that is, or you plan to ship food-based products, there are some important things you need to note. Number one, moisture. Please listen. Moisture must be below 10%. Please write it down. These are the seminars we do and we collect money. So the moisture must not be below 10%. High moisture level are one of the fastest way to ruin agricultural product. Now, in the book I wrote, the book I wrote on secret successful exporters hide. Successful exporters hide from new exporters, or maybe look at the book. I don't know whether you can see this very well. Now this book is so powerful. because the reason is obvious. Now it gives you specification, and each of the products you have the moisture content for each agricultural commodity. Hello my sir, once you miss it, you miss all. So maybe this book will be very, very essential. So try as much as possible to get it. If you're interested, as time goes on, just send your name and phone number. I'm interested in the book you talk about on your YouTube channel. Then I'll tell you how to get it. Anywhere you are in the world, because we have people listening to me from US, from UK, from Czechoslovakia. They are listening to me right now. Good, great people. Okay, they are listening from Canada. So don't just think you're the only one listening. It's quite interesting. So that is it. So this book will give you the moisture content for each of the commodities. Okay, and that will solve the problem. So high moisture content can ruin. When the moisture level, when the moisture level of most commodities are higher than 10%, their qualities start to depreciate. Amazing information, sir. I'm telling you, it depreciates, and the entire consignment can get spoiled within 2 to 3 weeks. Once the moisture is higher than 10%, normally before the container arrives any destination, it takes at least nothing less than 1 month. So once the moisture content, and that's usually the times when you export charcoal, you get there and you see dust. Man, once there's a moisture in it, there's a problem. And you say, but that's not what I bought. You got to rock on here now. What is the rubbish? What is this and that? My sister, you didn't do the right thing. So once that right thing is done, be rest assured that you are going to get good results. So like I say, that causing importer or exporter to lose their entire investment. That's number one. Number two, quick one. Before I go to the next one, before you export any agricultural commodity, ensure the goods are well dry. Cashew, well dry. Charcoal, well dry. What again? Sesame seed, well dry. Okay, make sure they are well dry and that the moisture content is lower than 10%. You are asking, you are risking. Sorry, you're actually risking the commodity getting spoiled before arriving. So the issue is that when anything is lower than 10% moisture, 9%, 8% moisture inside it, be rest assured that the thing will get spoiled before you get to the place of destination. Please note, very, very important. Number two, you must fumigate your shipping container. You must fumigate your shipping container. Insect destroy and thrive in the presence of most agricultural commodity. They see it as a bountiful meal. Once it looks so funny, if one insect enter your container, they can finish everything before the thing get to the place of. Don't doubt them. And some of these insects also, they don't go alone. They bring their friend and their relation. Yeah, follow me. That man not doing work very well. Follow me, my friend. Let us see, because they know what they're going to get out of it. So make sure that so that will reproduce. One insect will reproduce each other, reproduce and consume as much as possible the products they possibly could left unattended to. Before you ship any agricultural consignment, ensure the container is fumigated with fumigation gel. Okay. That the gel is removed from the container after a maximum of 3 days of sealing the container. These are powerful information, sir. And these are things. That's the reason a lot of people are complaining. Export is this. They lack knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So the more you're able to get this thing, the more greatly successful you are going to be, sir. Man. So, like I said earlier on, if the goods arrive at the port of delivery with insect inside with insect infestation, the produce will be destroyed by the custom there, and you'll be responsible for all the costs. It's not that the fact that you export something out of the country and they say the thing don't damage you, this and that. Okay, madam, like one of my friends, you are going to pay for the destruction of the container. So the most important thing is that get this knowledge now and do it right, and you'll be good for it. Number three, the chemical composition must match the agreed specification. When an agreement for the supply of agricultural product is effected by an importer or an exporter, a set of quality, specification are usually agreed upon. They will tell you this is what you're supposed to use. This is what you're supposed to use. It's stated in the agreement. And that's the reason, by the grace of God, we're having a trade mission to Dubai. Please listen and listen well. Now, most of the buyers want to buy charcoal, they want to buy cashew, they want to buy grains, they want to buy a lot of things. They say, look here, pastor, we believe you, we trust you. But the people you are bringing on board, we know you as a committed, consecrated, serious person who want to get things done. But majority of other people, they just want the pounds and the dollar. So we'll be having a trade mission to Dubai in August. So registration will start from next month. And for those who are interested, so the essence of that is to take you to the buyer of any commodity you want to export, one-on-one. And that Dubai is an investment hub. Everybody, every consulate, every serious buyer of any commodity, they have their offices in Dubai. So what that means that if you get to Dubai, you can get a link for a customer in US, in UK, in all over the places. So please go and do that because it's very important. So like I said earlier on, so you make sure that an agreement, so you'll be having the agreement, they will show you this is what you need to do, this is what you look at the paper. So you don't have any issue. Set of quality specifications are usually agreed upon, depending on what the importer plans to use the commodity for. And that's the reason I ask people, that's why, most of the places we are taking the people to, the trade mission I go, I take the people, I will take them to your factory. Let them go and see what they want to use this thing for, so that they will know what they are going to produce. Don't it's just talking, it's making things difficult. No, it's not making anything difficult. Try to make sure that this thing, is it food item? Is it material? Is it for material? Is it for straight consumption? Please, these are very, very important. So like I said, depending on what the important plans to use the goods for, some chemical specification must and would be agreed upon. So like I said earlier on, the first thing we mentioned, we said that number one, important thing is that moisture must be below 10%. Number two, you must fumigate the shipping container. Number three, that is the chemical composition that match their grade specification. That's what we have been able to say so far. So I need to, because some new people are coming in, that's why I quickly need to bring that on board. Okay, number four, you must use the right packaging method for the product. See, a lot of people that come for a seminar, we tell them, go and produce something, go and bring it. Let's look at the package. There's nothing new you want to export, you want to do that nobody have done. So when most of my buyers in US, in UK, in Canada, they keep on asking, Godwin, do you have any new things that people have done? Any value added? So they just do things, let's do things that actually will attract others to be interested. So what are the packaging? As I'm talking to you now, we can assist you to do various types of fine packages. Last week now some people contacted us that we should help them, and we are doing very fine on that, can meet international standard. Okay, so various agricultural commodities require various packaging standard. Some requires they pack them in can, others in jute bag, some in mash bag, and vast majority on poly bags. Understanding the quality of the goods you are shipping and the packaging and the things you are packaging, understanding the goods you are shipping and the packaging standard that required is a key to ensuring that you don't damage the goods. Okay, you don't damage the goods with the way they are being packaged. Okay, so there are various types of packages you need. Okay, you need to actually do and package, so that you won't have issues. So very important, because there are various packages for various countries that they admire. Okay, because for example, I was in Alabama in the United States, and I discovered that most of the African shops I visited, they hang most of the product abroad. I mean, on the wall. So what has happened? Okay, so what happened is that you should put on your packing, should be a hole that will enable them to hang. If you don't do that, then you refuse to the product. So packing is very important. Number five, the goods must be transported in a right shipping container. Depending on whether you are shipping a fresh or a dry food, you need to stuff the commodities in the right types of container ship. If you are shipping fresh, let's say like 100 agri products, you need to load the goods in a refrigerated container. Very important. This container is like a freezer, and it cools the goods all the way until it gets to the destination, although it is far more expensive. But what's the essence of being expensive? When you can get your goods there in good condition, you still make some good money. But if you are shipping a dry product, okay, you simply use a general purpose shipping container for your consignment. Number six, understand the food regulation of the country you are shipping to. Now, every countries have their rules and regulation. When I get to Vietnam, the condition is different. When I get to US, it's different. When I get to UK, the condition is different. Everybody, when I get to Uruguay, it's different. When I get, to Ireland, okay, in Dublin, it's different. Every country has its own mode, and that's reason you need to work with experts. You understand me? You need to work with them. They ask you, get this material, buy it. It is in your own interest. Okay, because you cannot compare 20 years experience with 2 or 3 years. You don't need to rush. There's nowhere to rush to. Just stay cool. You are going to succeed, I can assure you. Okay, but you need a lot of information that will make you get that. Every nation has a full regulation that they adhere to. Usually, European countries all adhere to the same rules. European country, EU, Germany, Spain, Italy, they have Iceland, Denmark, Sweden. Those are all EU countries. They have one. So if you're able to if you are exposed to, they have all the same thing. Okay, but each country have various differences in some of their conditions. In some way, country in many parts of the world could use of varying conditions to govern their food regulation. And as such, every exporter shipping agro commodity must know these regulations and must prepare their goods to meet them or reach the container or be seized at the point of destination. That happens so much. So let me quickly, because of our time, to be on the safe side, ask that your importer give you all the required condition he wants for the product, and ensure that you sign into the contract that is responsible for everything that goes on at the destination, at the point of destination, provided you met all the terms you agree with. Number 7, now get all the documents required for exporting agricultural commodities. Now, something like a phytosanitary certificate, fumigation certificate, inspection certificate, veterinary certificate, depending on the countries and the product. All these things, you can actually find them in the soft copy of these books. They give you, we try to make things easy for people. So if you're able to get this book, I can assure you, all I'm saying is, it's going to be halfly solved, okay? So I think that is the back. It gives you all the things that is inside it. So I think, so like I said earlier, you want to get more information about all the various products that we can export, okay? You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is called Export Television. We are the only one bearing that on YouTube, Export Television. No other, all over the world. So once you go online and say Export Television, definitely you're going to see me. So we have a lot of things we talked about, okay, on what to export, where to export, how to export is stated there. All you need to do is please just subscribe, press the notification button, then you'll be able to subscribe. Then share this video, okay, to your friends, your relation. Please, Nigeria is in a great dilemma. What people need is information on what to do and how to do it, and they will succeed. Okay, so share it on your Facebook, share it on your LinkedIn, share these videos to everywhere, 50, 100 people, as much as possible. As they are watching it, they'll be praying for you. So, like I said, so number 8, quick one, okay, this document, like I said from number 7 that I've said that, these documents are usually required by custom at the destination countries to clear the goods, okay, and as such, you must provide them for your importer, anytime you are shipping those particular products. Number 8, dress the container with carbon wall or wall, just because at times, the container is made of iron, but if you have a kind of a carton wall around it, it prevents unnecessary penetration. When a container shipping agro commodity is being used, the floor and the wall must be dressed. Put a pallet on the floor, and beside you put a carton wall. Those are very important. So it will help. But personally, the more desiccated you hand in the container container, the better moisture control you have for your products. Okay, and the most okay. So like I said, so it's very important, get something to cover the container, inner container, so that at least you won't have any issue. And then the last one, use a shipping agent experienced in forwarding agricultural commodity. For those who attend our training, we try as much as possible to help them, somebody who's experienced in the sector. And if you're also in that sector, please, once you attended our training, we get in link with those who want to export. So lastly, as I said, it's important you use a shipping agent